What do you get when you combine Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell in a surrealist rom-com? Well, you get a big, bold, beautiful journey. Greetings, movie fans, and welcome to SMG Movie Talk. And today, I'm going to give you my review for A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. This movie stars Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell. And essentially, it's a story of two people who don't have much success when it comes to love. The two of them have had relationships in the past, but they always go sour in one way or another, whether they have trust issues or they don't let people get close to them, or they feel like they're always going to hurt the other person, so they end relationships early. Whatever it may be, the two of them have gotten to this point in life without having much success. So the two of them now meet at this wedding out of town, and there's some sparks flying at first, but they're kind of hesitant and resistant to it because they do have these walls up. But through a series of events, the two of them end up on this journey together. And this journey basically leads them through different doors that take them to different points in their life. For instance, one door leads Colin Farrell's character to his high school where he's about to perform as the lead in a high school musical. And while that's a standout event for him in his life, the one other part of that was he confessed his feelings for this girl that basically broke his heart. So that has always lingered with him his whole life, and probably is a big reason why he has his trust issues, is because he was hurt at this early age. Then you have Margot Robbie's character, and she goes through a door at one point where she has to deal with the loss of her mother again and relive those moments, relive that pain and everything that she dealt with, and relive some guilt from it, from maybe not being there for her at the right times at the end of her life as well. And of course, throughout it all, these two characters get to know each other better and start trying to figure out, are they compatible? Do they want to give this love thing a try between the two of them? And all that kind of stuff. So that's really the whole premise of the movie. I'm not going to go into all the details and spoil exactly what happens, but that's the general idea. Now, there is a kind of a surrealistic take on the film because these doors they go through, that they're kind of interacting with their past, but not really. And there's this whole element of this car rental company and a GPS that's setting all this up. So it's kind of odd when it comes to kind of that surrealistic element. So you kind of have to just allow yourself to accept a lot of things in this movie that wouldn't be okay in the average film that's trying to be more grounded in reality. Now, what do I think about the film as a whole? I didn't care for it very much. I think one of the biggest problems was the tone of the movie. It had a hard time really knowing what it wanted to do, because you had this surrealistic feel, and it tried in incorporating these fantasy elements, but I feel like it didn't commit enough to it. It wanted to still be grounded too much in reality, to where it just didn't feel very authentic, I guess. Like it didn't really feel like these moments or these doors or reliving these points in their lives really had enough weight to what they're trying to accomplish, I guess, or to grow as a character, because it just tried to still ground too much in reality. I wish that this movie kind of went for it when it came to the fantasy elements, that it really pressed in and dove in further and really embraced the fantastical pieces of this film. But beyond that, then you've got kind of the rom-com, but it's more of a dramedy because it's not really funny. It's not, so I don't know if I'd really call it comedy or dramedy or anything like that. I guess it was kind of a drama slash surrealistic film. I can't really tell you exactly what genre I would put this movie in, because I don't think the movie knew what genre it wanted to be in. It kind of tiptoed around too many things, but never fully embraced any real genre. So it felt just kind of scattered, I guess. There were elements of it that felt a little bit like some other surrealistic movies, like Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind or Stranger Than Fiction, but those movies are much better films than this one. This movie as a whole was a miss. There were some good elements. I do think Margot Robbie's acting was brilliant. Colin Farrell's acting was great, but then their chemistry sucked. Like, it was not believable chemistry between the two of them. And how do you have a romantic film where two people are getting to know each other and potentially falling in love when the chemistry is just not there? And I think part of that stems from the age gap between the two of them. I mean, between Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie, it's about 15 years. So that kind of made the relationship not feel very authentic. It didn't feel like they truly were falling in love with one another. It just kind of felt like two people going on a road trip for the most part. So in all, this movie, I would say was a miss. It really didn't press into where it needed to press in, and it just lingered on other moments it didn't need to linger in on. As I was watching the film, though, I did think this movie would have been so much better as a stage play, like in theaters on Broadway or whatever it may be. And I mean, I kind of realized that at the point where he was reliving this theatrical experience from his life, but it really felt like, really, between the dialogue in the movie and the pacing of the movie, if this was a stage play, I think it could have been pretty good. It could have been excellent even. But as a movie, it just felt off. It just didn't feel very authentic. It didn't feel like it really knew what it was trying to do. Heck, even if this was a book, it would have been so much better. But instead, we got this movie. It was okay at best. My rating for it would be 5.2 out of 10. So certainly not great, barely even good. I definitely don't think you need to rush out to theaters to see it. You know, if it's something you're interested in, check it out on streaming. It'll be there, I'm sure, in a month or two. But other than that, wasn't really worth my time. Probably won't be worth yours either. Anyways, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching my review of A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Don't forget, I am on that quest for 100 subscribers, so subscribe to this video, and once I hit that, I will release that video of my top 25 favorite films of all time. Thank you for stopping by, and until next time, be kind to one another. Thank you.